Alrighty, folks, we're back. Back with more Dark Tide nonsense for you all. So, starting with Rowan. It's June the 1st, so to celebrate National Say Something Nice Day, point to someone, say something nice.
Hello, I'm Rowan. I play a cat named Juniper. Lots of stabbing. How do we know who we're pointing at when the camera configuration is different on everyone's screen
Well,
and no one's got the cameras on?
Well, you can just say something nice, and then you can reveal who it was about, so that they can feel really awkward that they were thinking it was someone else. I don't know.
Completely lost me.
Just say something nice and then say who it was who directed that, so they can go, oh fuck.
Okay. I've had no time to prepare. Can you come back to me?
Sure, Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Serena Mage, Mortician, all that jazz. And I'm just going to say that everybody here is awesome, and that we've all shown up multiple times. I've enjoyed playing this with a lot of you, and yeah, just generally. And I'm going to sidestep the having to point at one person and single anybody out. I mean, I suppose if I were to, Rowan, good film recommendation. I saw the TV Glove, very enjoyable.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. You have a cool beard.
There we go.
All right.
Not that I have a bed right now at all, but yeah.
All right. Next we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yusuf, our very
I
grumpy
just realised I don't have my
Danish
headset on. That's probably going to be an echo forever. Apologies. 1 second.
Oh,
I really,
God.
I'm looking going like there's something I'm not doing, and I couldn't work out what the fuck it was. There's not my headset on. My bad.
Tech Gremlins. Tech
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Sorry, person editing this. Later on. Right. Sorry. Carry on.
Yes, I play Ruth Yusuf, our very grumpy Danish elf healer. Happy thing to say about someone random. I'm sure this was said off camera, off air, but I'm sure Eden's hair is lovely.
Oh,
So
I'll run with it, thanks.
All right, and then we have Bach.
Hi, I'm Bach. I play Tristan, a rogue ranger, and Pup, I think you're my favorite DM.
Oh, thank you.
yay!
High praise.
That's high praise. All right, back to Rowan. Or you're gonna say Eden's beard was your comment.
Well, no, I feel like I have to do Amy now, and now I'm even more drawing out a blank. Give me a second. I'm trying really hard. I thought you were going to do National Heimlich Maneuver Day.
I thought about doing it, but it just looked
You
weird.
answered the letter. Like me.
But all my answers were prepared for that, and now I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, I am not awake enough for this.
It's alright, Rob, we'll just move on. Thank you for the follow
you.
there.
For being a cool person, Amy.
Thank you.
You gonna do back as well?
Everyone, I guess. You're all cool.
Yay!
Yeah.
I need so much more coffee than right now.
Adorable, Rowan. Alright, well, what happened last time?
I think we just arrived at Grey Warden Camp and spoke to
Yevon.
Yevon. That
We
was
got
it.
some new gear.
Full plate armor
have
for
to-
June.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got myself.
And we were, and we had to set out to, we were going to set out to annoy some darkspawn on the way to, like, rescue some other Grey Wardens, I think it was.
Is that will create a distraction or something?
Yeah, we needed to create a distraction because we had Darkspawn coming in and the Quinari and we wanted to set up the Quinari and the Tevinter mages to like fight each other and then get wiped out by the Darkspawn. So we were like trying to like make the Darkspawn. We were heading off to lure the Darkspawn horde towards the Quinari and the Teveen.
Yep. You left and went south again, whereas if the Grey Wardens themselves were packing up and heading north.
Yes.
They took your cart and you were just on horses. So,
Yes, because we were wanting to like be guerrilla tactics.
Guerrilla tactics. Yes.
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 Alright. So, we shall continue from there. So you head out, and you head out and you continue heading south. You arrive at the remnants of what was Chernow, which was the last village that you got to before you got to the Grey Warden camp. When you arrive there, it seems to basically be a looted husk. Like most of the people seem like there's no people there. Most of the buildings seem to have been heavily looted for almost anything that wasn't nailed down. And there's not really any remnants of people here at all. So you carry on along the road, and eventually you arrive at. You come to the border of what looks like the same kind of village, so it's like small, like biggish village, small city. And as you get near, you notice that there seems to be a lot of people at work building, looks like quite large walls around it. What do you want to do?
Wouldn't it be called a town?
I suppose it would be a town, yeah. Yeah, it would be a town.
I assume that they're building like a line of defense then, and like, am I right in understanding that like everybody local has just gone in the opposite direction to where we're headed at this point? Okay.
The walls don't the walls don't look defensive; they just look high.
You're probably the people that can't really leave quickly, like the sick and old. I'm assuming.
Should we find someone in charge?
Yeah, see if we can get any information about movements.
Okay. As you approach the main entrance, you see there is quite an sort of an elaborate sort of stone arch that had Ghislaine written on it. And it has been had sort of black paint painted over it, and you notice that there is an elf. Looks like he's mixing paints by the entrance. Do you want to ignore him and just go into town, or?
I'm gonna ask him what he's doing.
Well, I've been hired to put the new name up.
What's the new name?
He ruffles through his box. He takes out, I think it's L'Orealville.
And who's called it that?
Well, Crown Prince L'Oreal, of course.
Oh, of course.
Wraith tenses up a little bit, recognizing that name. Oh, that one, right. Made it all the way here, did they?
Oh, Crown Prince L'Oreal is on a quest for justice.
Well, I think if he hangs around here, he's certainly going to find a certain kind of justice coming his way.
Oh, you've met him? Is he as nice as they say?
I don't know what you've heard, but I doubt the man's claim, frankly.
Well, I've heard he's tall for a dwarf, and he's got all the jewelry in the land, and he looks all so regal.
Holly, don't bite that.
Oh, that dwarf. Oh.
Yes, I know the one.
Oh.
Does he intend to hold this town, then? You believe that you can stand your ground here? Am I understanding what this work is
Prince L'Oreal
about?
says we don't have to hold the ground. You know, he's perfectly capable of being a diplomat.
Oh,
We'll all have diplomatic immunity.
Who exactly is he negotiating with?
Oh, well, I don't really know that. I'm just here to paint the thing. Do you think
Right.
he'd prefer it in red or blue?
Junie is going to tug Rave's sleeve, look up and go, "They're all going to die."
keep it down. We don't want to worry them, but I don't think you're wrong.
They're going to die!
If nothing else, they'll slow them down and stop them getting to the rest of our men sooner than they might.
Yes, cannon fodder.
Gonna start running in a circle with a knife in the air, screaming, "Die!" over and over.
Johnny, we don't want to incite a panic. Let's not do that.
They won't notice. They don't ever notice me.
Well, I'm going to notice you shouting it at the top of your lungs. So let's not. So
Has
who's
anyone noticed?
And currently, it's just the elf who's just looking very confused at this cat creature running around, waving a knife in the air, and making strange mewing noises. Your friend's very keen.
Yes. Quite. Who's in charge of this lovely town?
Oh, it's Crown Prince L'Oreal, of course.
Oh, anyone else? Anyone else like a?
Oh, well, he sort of arrived, and well, you remember the mayor was sort of hung on the tree, you see, because they thought he was a traitor to the realm. So Crown Prince L'Oreal arrived, and he saved us from. And he looks like he's trying to remember the exact phrasing. Problematic unrest. Yeah, that's it.
Well, we don't want to be involved with any of that.
Oh no, he made us all diplomats as well. He said we'd all have diplomatic immunity if we stayed and helped him build the walls.
And where is he exactly?
Oh,
or is he left?
I think he's in the town square. Well, the town hall anyway. He was when he told me to go and paint this sign.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, it was only this morning.
I'm gonna turn to Wraith and Tristan and just be like, do we
Ow, ow,
want
ow,
to...
ow.
You been attacked by the cat?
No, the cat started falling off my lap and therefore grabbed on tighter.
Ouch.
Yeah, mine's just sleeping.
Do we want to see what they're up to, or do we want to just carry on?
Given our plans, I feel that one way or another we'll be leading people to this encampment. Whether they make it here before we provoke them, or if we're the ones leading them in this direction. I'm hesitant to say it, as it feels a little morally incorrect, but these men are idiots. Anyone willing to follow that dwarf and believe that they can parley with a darkspawn is, well, slowing them down is the best we might hope for from them, I suspect.
Yes, they're just going to be wasted by the darkspawn, and it's not really worth changing their minds.
And I think we should perhaps ride through town, take a look and see if we can get a glance at the idiot running the show. And, well, unless he's doing something that really requires our attention, I think we should perhaps move on and get about our plan of dragging whatever forces we can over in this direction to meet their fate.
Yes. The sooner we can get the darkspawn towards the Conari and the Tavine, the better.
Alright. So you ride off into the middle of town. As you round about, there's quite a large collection of people in the middle of town. And they seem to be like throwing things into quite a large pot. And next to it is... Sorry, to go.
Is it gold by any chance?
It is gold, yeah. They're throwing gold into a large pot that's being melted down. And you see that there is a very young-looking dwarf who seems to be like taking the molten gold and painting this big cart next to it with the gold.
Is it gold paint or
It's
gold?
just being painted with a layer of liquid gold.
How?
Shiny.
Very shiny.
How?
And heavy.
Well, if you got a metal brush, the right kind of metal, maybe you could use that to apply it.
Having fucked around with liquid metal, the brush would set on fire.
Well, that's why I said a metal brush.
Yeah.
Like you need something quite hardy, I think.
Or the metal brush is going to start heating up to the heat of the metal.
He's
That is
got a
liquid.
stone shovel.
Pure gold melts at a pretty low temperature, though, so that's the kind of deal where it's like a good iron brush might withstand for a while.
Maybe, but it's still
I'm just
going to
trying to
get
think.
hot and burn your hand.
I'm more thinking of the weight that this cart is going to be, and part of my other my other thought is, are they trying to make like a indestructible like tank cart or something?
Well, gold spread's super thin, in fairness. It's the kind of deal where it wouldn't take a lot to cover the area if you applied it right, although I'm assuming a lot of this guy's technique probably.
And it's not really a strong metal either.
I mean, assuming that this is perhaps the leader's cart, like, the guy is just going to make himself a beacon. Like the golden chariot throne, let's say, or whatever he's building here is just going to be like, yeah, that's the obvious focal point for anybody that comes.
Painting it onto wood. Why is the wood not setting on fire?
You do see several scorch marks.
Right, okay, so he is just a fucking idiot then.
I think we established this when we met the man.
Yeah.
Is he also
from all
wearing
the
special gloves? At least.
The dwarf that's the Penance does look. He doesn't really know what he's doing. If that makes you feel any better.
No, it really doesn't.
What is the melting temperature of gold? It's like 200 degrees, right?
This might be the most in-depth we've ever gone. We're actually going to look up metallurgy, are we?
The melting point of gold is 1,064 degrees.
Damn.
That's a very hot furnace.
How is he painting with it?
How is he not sweating into it as well?
Dwarven forging technique.
Iron melts at a full 500 degrees hotter, so the iron brush concept stands strong. I'm going to stick with that. Like,
The iron
that's
brush
logic.
is still going to conduct the temperature and be 1,000 degrees. For context back, this is nearly 2,000 Fahrenheit.
Yep.
Maybe they got a mage with some fire magic nearby that's just heating the bottom of the cauldron.
You're taking this.
Ruth's gonna lean down to like a passerby and just point to the cart and be like, Why?
Oh, Crown Prince L'Oreal needs a golden carriage.
Again, why?
Oh, that's the best way the diplomats are. If they've got the most valuable cart. If you see a diplomat arrive and he's got a solid gold cart, you take notice of him, don't you?
I mean, that's also how assassins work too.
Well, I mean, if you ride in a village with your solid gold cart, people immediately turn their head and go, "Oh, look, he must be important. He's got a solid gold cart." That's how Crown Prince L'Oreal is going to win her diplomacy.
We're still in our lay, aren't we? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Ruth's
Ruth's just gonna shake his head and be like, "Oh dear God, this place is full of idiots."
I have an idea. Do you remember? I think it was like over a year ago, where I collected some darkspawn blood.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pour that in the paint?
Yep.
To lure the darkspawn?
You can, yes.
I'm just gonna like hold up the vial that I apparently still have on me, and just kind of look at the rest of my party. Like, do I?
Not all of it. Maybe a few drops.
Wraith will shrug and kind of like cock his head to the side, like, go for it, I guess.
Chop, chop, chop.
Are you gonna just drop it into the cauldron where it's gonna be ridiculous temperature, or are you gonna like throw over the cart and there's still drying paint?
I was gonna put one drop in the golden cauldron.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you put some drops into the cauldron while the dwarf's back is turned, while people are still queuing up to throw like heaps and heaps of gold into this cauldron. And at this point you see another dwarf appear from the other side going like, "Hello everyone, right, come on, make it faster, you know, Crown Prince L'Oreal needs his cart, otherwise we will not get our diplomacy. Come on, quickly, yes."
I don't know about anyone else, but I really would like to burn this place to the ground.
All right,
It's
now
okay.
stay your hand and save your energy. The Darkspawn will do that for us, no doubt.
At this point the dwarf comes to you and goes, "Hey, you look like you've got some gold to spend, yes? Come on. Crown Prince L'Oreal's need is far greater than yours."
We're actually on a mission. We
glare at him.
We don't actually have any gold.
You don't? Well, I mean, your robes have some finery to them. I'm sure there might be something we can give. I mean, if you want diplomacy, you have to make sure that you donate, and then the record is kept, so we know to allow you your diplomatic status.
Oh, hang on, I think I might have something in here. And Wraith reaches into his pocket and pulls out 2 fingers. Oh, look what I've got here. This is worth quite a bit, I think. And he waves it in his face and goes, "That'll be all you're getting from me."
It's just chuckling behind.
You bring shame upon your family. I hope that when the diplomatic status is granted to us, that you are kicked from this village.
But it's fine. We're going to be leaving soon anyway.
Oh, you can't leave.
What do you mean we can't
until
leave?
the Crown Prince's speech.
We're not here for his speech. We have urgent
Oh no,
business.
he has insisted that we close all the gates until you hear his speech.
I'm not interested in his speech.
Well, maybe if you stay, you will learn something.
There's nothing for me to learn here, other than that everyone here is going to die.
I mean, we're all going to die at some point, no? I mean, that's the point of being alive.
Yes, exactly. That's why I don't need to stay.
I'm gonna put even more drops of the blood in the gold now.
Sure.
Just speed it along a bit.
Can I smell if that's having an effect with Wraith's attuned senses, let's say?
You can smell that Darkspawn blood is cooking, which is sort of a very unique scent that only a Grey Warden would probably recognise.
Mm-hmm. So it's definitely in the air. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
As you do this, you suddenly hear, "Oh, he's coming now! Come on, look tidy!" And you see another dwarf walk up to the balcony of the town hall, blow a very, very out of tune bugle, and say, "Please be upstanding and applaud for his Crown Prince L'Oreal." And a lot of the people with them start clapping and applauding really loudly. What would you like to do?
Not be in sight. I'd probably be in the shadow somewhere. I
Yeah.
don't want to be recognized.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak behind the stage.
Okay.
Our
So
little assassin at work.
he at this point he walks out and he is wearing a ridiculously tall crown. He has about 8 rings per finger. He has bangles all the way up his arm, and he is wearing a bright purple, almost looks like dyed sheepskin robe. And he comes out and he goes, Welcome, everybody. Yes, I am your savior. I am Crown Prince L'Oreal. Applaud, please.
Oh,
Why is
oh,
he
it's
from
exactly
Brooklyn?
who I thought it was.
Why is he from Brooklyn?
I mean, I'm trying to keep the accent how it was before. So
I think Wraith is just blowing out his cheeks a little bit, just exhaling and lightly tapping his hands together in the most feigned, like, yes, applause. Bloody
Ruth's
hell.
just folding his arms across his chest. Like, no, I'm not applauding stupidity.
I'm glad to see that all of you are donating to a worthy cause. The best thing you can do is donate any loose gold you've got, anything you've got at all, into the cauldron. Then we can paint a wonderful cart and we'll have a big, beautiful cart that we can take around with us. And everyone that see it will go, wow, that is the best person in the world. They will sign immediately with diplomacy with us, whatever we say. And that's how I will grant you all immunity to the upcoming war.
Car is not what I heard. I will say that. With that accent.
How's the crowd responding to this?
The crowd
they
are
all-
whooping and cheering.
Please no, I'm just picturing Danny DeVito in my head.
I mean, that's not a million miles away from him.
Yeah. Yeah,
me,
definitely
then.
Dan DeVito. I mean, with everybody looking at him, it's kind of a good point for us to like shuffle towards one of the exits. Just
Yeah.
carry on.
Now, you all know that the first thing we need to do is make the cart pretty. The second thing we need to do is raise the wall. So, we're gonna raise the walls of this city up at least another... what's quite tall? Let's do 20 feet. So let's do another 20 feet so the walls are all around us so we look like a giant crown. That will also make us stand out as a wonderful place for people to come live.
This man's
He
notion
does-
of the way society operates is seemingly at odds with, I don't know, sanity, frankly.
He does realize that Darkspawn can tunnel, right?
He's probably one of those ones that doesn't even believe in the things. Let's be real.
Mm.
He will soon.
And the Canary will respect wealth. So when the Canary see a giant village surrounded by its wonderful golden walls, they will look at us and they will go, that's a place we need to be friendly with because they have all the wealth.
No. They've got luck, which they will blow a hole in the side of it. So, no, they're not going to care.
And when the Tevinter come down from the north and they see our wonderful golden village, they will immediately respect us for sharing our wealth by showing the world of a little jewel that can be found in Orlais.
Again, they're just going to take it all and kill us.
And when people ask, what can you do? You can just donate everything you've got to the wonderful cause that is your savior himself, Crown Prince L'Oreal.
I suppose he thinks he's worth it.
Hardly so. He thinks that his wagging tongue is going to rescue them all, but his wagging tongue is going to maybe only save himself and a fat paycheck for himself.
Can I maybe track down this guy's shoes and like put the last of the blood in them?
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
He's currently
Yeah,
barefoot,
cool.
so he probably and you notice looking at him from where the angle you're at, you notice that he has several rings on his feet.
I mean, we could probably like taint him, and then that would be the end of it.
This is the
You can make him into a ghoul.
What? Why has it got to have toe rings? I like toe rings.
He has anywhere that he can attach gold to, he's attached gold to.
Classic.
Maybe they should just melt him down.
I have a very stupid idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that he might also have a golden codpiece somewhere.
Possibly.
Can I put the blood in that?
How are you planning on getting close enough to put in that?
Well, I'm hoping he takes it off at some point. Is kind of what my brain
okay.
is
So you're gonna lurk until he undresses and then do that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I want the Darkspawn to go for his mandibles.
If that's what you want. All right. So, what are the rest of you doing for the rest of the day while Junie is waiting for this moment?
Trying to make our way out of the city, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if they're saying, it seems like they're going to maybe try and hold us, so yeah, let's check the perimeter and see if there's an obvious route out and how they react if we do try to leave.
Either that or we're gonna have to blast our way.
Have we seen
The
anyone
wall.
in the realm of like combatants, like not like guards and stuff, or just the walls?
There's very little guards.
Yeah.
In fact, there's only maybe like 1 or 2 people you see even carrying any kind of weapon. Everyone else is just in what looks like somewhat rags.
The people too dumb to flee.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure find the best way out, just so that way when we're ready, we can all.
Yeah, hightail it once the codpiece has been filled with Darkspawn. There's a sentence I never thought I would utter.
And we'll just like signal to Junie that we'll wait for her.
Okay. So you basically wander around. You find that they are currently building some very shoddy walls out of whatever they can find lying around, like be it like random bits of masonry from people's houses, to bits of wood, to anything they can really make to just continue building walls. And
Duct tape and spit.
once the cart itself is covered in a thick layer of gold, they move the quite large furnace off to the edge of the walls, and they begin starting to paint the outer walls so they look a little less unsightly. And as the day draws to a close, you hear the sound of they attach some horses to the cart and try and move it. The cart does not want to move. They have basically like stuck the wheels entirely so they do not move, they do not rotate. It doesn't matter though, they're just dragging it along the ground, leaving these huge scores in the ground.
Those poor horses.
So, yep, once that's out of the way, it is going into nighttime, and you hear, and Junie, hiding in, well, assuming it's some kind of cupboard, hears the sound of Crown Prince L'Oreal come walking his room going, "What a wonderful day we had. We got all this gold, we've got a lovely cart printed with all the gold and things that it could want. All we need to do now is stick all the jewels on the side and it's perfect. So tomorrow, take note. Any jewels we gotta like, attach them somehow. I don't really know how you folks do it in there, but whatever you think we can do, just attach all the jewels to the cart so it gleams in the sunlight. Then anytime anyone sees us, they will go, 'What a wonderful man that must be,' and I will be there in my finest suit, and they will say to me, 'I am the savior of this village.'" And he just keeps beaming, and you see the servant just nodding and frantically scribbling notes down. And he goes, "Right, well, I think I should adjourn for the evening, so, and he puts his arms out, and and 3-4 more servants come in, and they start slowly taking all of his jewellery off, like one hand at a time, like all of his rings go into particular, like, segments of a very fancy box. So they start doing his rings, then they do his bangles, then they do his the jewels he's got attached to his ears, then his nose, then the ones through his beard. Then he takes his robe off, and you see underneath he's got like a set of armor that's also been badly painted in gold. He has that slowly removed from him, and then at this point you see the oddly gigantic golden codpiece he has made, which looks like it has a bulge down to it. It looks like it has a bulge down to his knees.
Not compensating for anything, certainly not.
Which, as he removes, you notice the bulge is substantially less in his the sort of generic white boxers that everyone in Dragon Age World seems to have. So he goes, "Right, it's time to sleep. I do not wish to be disturbed until morning." And he climbs into his bed, and within a couple of minutes you hear the sound of him snoring. What do you want to do, Jenny?
Cool. Kind of quietly slip out of the cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
Pad my way over to the codpiece and just swirl the vial around a bit and just kind of coat all of it in a very thin layer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for it to dry a bit. Cool, that's staying on. And disappear like a little ghost.
Okay.
I will wait for my plan to hatch.
Yeah. So it takes a lot more of the vial than you expected, considering the size of the codpiece. But yeah, you managed that fine. You adjourn. The next morning, you reunite with everyone, but again you can't leave because they've still got the big walls up. But the next morning, you hear a sort of again the sort of bugle sound, and you see the Crown Prince L'Oreal coming back up. He looks pale, and he's like, I must have caught something yesterday from all the handshaking I did. You all just keep donating and we'll keep building this place. I'm going to adjourn for the rest of the day. Good night. And he just goes back inside and shuts the door. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we've successfully poisoned the well here. Shall we leave?
I think that would be prudent.
Yeah.
Kind of against what our oaths, but okay. We're supposed to eradicate Darkspawn, not create it.
In this case, it was coming to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty.
He'll destroy the place from within. That's fine.
Okay. So as you approach the walls, you are told by a very lanky-looking dwarf. It's like, you can't leave. We've got the walls closed until we've got everyone has got diplomatic immunity.
We have that.
Push him
Oh.
aside.
Bye.
Have you got the paperwork?
Yes, it's at the bottom of our satchels though. So if you wouldn't mind.
Well, if I could see it, that would be great.
Well, then I have to unpack everything,
Well, I don't make
and
the
then it'll
rules.
take far too long.
I don't make the rules. I just have to see the paperwork.
Wraith.
Oh, do you want to speak to my lawyer?
Oh, we've got a lawyer. Fred, have we got any bread lying around? And like 10 minutes later, this dwarf runs out from the living room carrying a very somewhat stale loaf of bread.
Yes, I suppose that'll do. Well, if we're here to discuss the legality of holding us, I'll have you know that you have no right to hold us. Simple as that.
Oh, well, but we need to see the paperwork, don't we? That's the whole point of how diplomatic immunity works, isn't it? That you get to see the paperwork?
You're a man of letters, then? You would be able to read whatever I presented you with, yes?
Well, I can't read, but I still need to see the paperwork, don't I? I don't know what it says, but then again, I've not seen the actual one, or Crown Prince L'Oreal just said I'd know it when I saw it.
Well, let me see what I've got here then, and Wraith will start going through his robes, and will pull out a scruffy piece of parchment that he's written a dirty rhyme on. And we'll present that to him. As you can see, this fine handwriting here demonstrates the, let's say, the validity of my document. A man such as yourself can see this, of course.
Well, is it not going to have a seal on it? Crown Prince L'Oreal was very big on how it'd have a seal on it.
Oh, one moment, and I'll turn my back and draw a picture of a seal on the thing.
That's
And turn
fine.
around and hand it back. My apologies, there was a little bit something covering this up, but yes, here is the seal.
Oh, what's that?
It's a seal, man. And you told me you would learn it enough to recognize one of these documents when you saw one.
I've never seen a
Obviously,
seal
he was
like that.
lying.
I've not seen a seal like that before. Oh,
It's a classic seal. It eats fish, slaps its hands together. Very entertaining animals.
oh, is that what Crown Prince L'Oreal is going to order? He said he was
Oh,
going to
yes,
order
yes,
some
oh.
new seals.
All of the nobles keep their seals in fine condition. It's part of the rules of the nobility to keep the marine life close to hand. There's proof of
Yes, for
one's
entertainment.
sovereignty.
They prove really brilliant morale boosters. Put on shows and everything.
He sort of blinks at you several times and then goes, "I'll never understand ability." Oh, all right, well, I guess
Yes,
you've
it's very complicated.
you've handed that, yeah. Well, on you go then. I open the
But sure,
gates,
boy.
and they
I'm
they
sorry,
open
I'm still
these
giggling
very.
about.
Sorry.
I'm still giggling about the idea of Wraith writing dirty poetry about Wraith having Wench's ankles. I can't
Better
have been
entertain
giggling
himself
for like
somehow.
5 minutes.
He's been quietly writing dirty limericks for the entire time that we've been on the run.
Oh,
yes,
fuck's sake.
you sort of take your horses out through the to the gates. The gates are very very shaky. Like they've got literally bits of wood and stuff like nailed to them very crudely, so they go as tall as the rest of the walls, which is about maybe 40 feet up.
Is it like Kerplunk if you like take out the wrong one, it's going to collapse?
It looks
I'm so
very
doing-
much like a
I'm so
half-built
doing that.
Jenga wall.
Yes.
As in, a strong breeze could probably put these walls down.
As soon as we're out, we're pulling. We're pulling.
Okay. So you head outside. They close the gates after you, and you turn round to look at the remnants of L'Orealville, formerly known as Ghislaine, which seems to have the one poor dwarf pouring molten gold over it, then trying to like hurriedly like spread it as quickly as he can as it runs down the walls. It's it does not look like it could stand very much, though the dried gold looks impressive, if not really, really tacky.
Yeah, Ruth's gonna like take his staff and tap along to find the right weak spot. Shall we just pull here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you
Pull,
want.
push.
Yep.
Destruction!
Yep. And then he's gonna pull and then jump on the horse and then leg it. And watch with glee
Timber!
as the Jenga.
You pull.
It falls like
You
dominoes.
pull the brick out. You jump on your horse. You start running. You hear the sound of cracking. And as you
It's
watch,
a nice brick.
and as you charge off into the distance, you just see the building just slowly just start falling inwards, and then a cloud of dust like settling around and blocking everything around the village. And as the dust begins to settle, you just see like the pathetic attempt at a wall is now all crumbled around them.
Ah, it'll give them something to do.
And the smart ones will run.
Yes, can only hope that snaps some sense into the few that had just lost their way and perhaps become caught up in that idiot's cult of personality that he likes to parade from town to town.
Regardless, he's already dealt with now.
I almost feel bad for him. Almost.
No, not
Well,
at
it's a
all.
terrible way to go, you must admit. You wouldn't want to... Well, I'm not going to go
we
into
survived.
detail, but an infection arriving in such a way, it's a terrible...
I mean, we survived, but we went through the ritual and everything. But yes, indeed.
All right. So you carry on along the road, and eventually you come to Montford, I believe. Just double check that. Yes, you come to Montford,
Yes.
where again, it seems mostly deserted. It seems like anyone that was here seems to have left, and you remember the first time you were here that there seemed to be like a lot of looting going on, and you do notice that there are still figures hanging from trees nearby. So no one has seemed to have been here since the looting.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything here?
Maybe
unless
just
there's
rest.
I can give
Take
the
a short rest.
quick
Yeah.
search around as well. Couple minutes.
See if we can see if there's any darkspawn activity.
Okay.
Anything
Yep.
shiny?
As you
And
as
nice
you look around,
shapes.
you don't find anything shiny, but on looking out the walls further south, you do notice there does seem to be one or two, like in sort of the patches of trees and stuff. You do notice something like moving every so often, and your senses of your Grey Warden Darkspawn senses are beginning to start flaring up.
Oh, so they're close then.
Mm-hmm. It looks, as you look out, you see there's two or three that definitely look like the kind of like what you'd assume as scouts. Seem to be like looking around, and one or two of them seem to be making their way slowly towards the town you're in.
Do we kill a few, let one escape? Or kill them all?
Well, if we're to lead them back, we probably want at least one or two survivors to lead the charge in our direction. Leaving them in a state where they perhaps can't fire at us or retaliate for the moment before we retreat ourselves, that's probably the best way forward, I should think.
Ambush?
Ambush.
Ambush.
All right.
But-
So you lie in wait in one of the houses just inside the village, and after about another couple of hours, you hear the sound of sort of darkspawn beginning to come near the near you. You hear the sound of sniffing, like something's trying to like find something from scent.
Ah, that's cool. Sorry, I looked up the origin of the word ambush, and it literally comes to place in a wood or in a bush.
I'm in a bush.
Yeah, to hide. Yeah, literally in bush.
Mm.
It's old French.
Ah.
There you go. I was just listening to the word and was like, wait a minute.
There's got to be more to it than that. No, there really isn't.
I'm just hiding out in a bush.
Literally.
I'm assuming we've probably left some traps out, or Junie
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, I would have set some up too.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of traps Junie could make. Junie's traps tend to be the jump out and stab variety.
If we've
I
got
mean-
enough time, then I watched Predator quite recently. There's some rather excellent woodland traps in that film that I think that, like, given a bit of time, we could fashion some of them.
Yeah, and you've got some like handy. You've got some array of knives, so I can assume that we've like set up some like triggers to like launch some.
We could do that. Does anyone have the capability to set up a trap like that though? Because
I feel like with a little bit of creative use of thorned roots, we might be able to create some sort of like springy hinges and things like that we could attach spiky sticks to, and that kind of.
Okay.
And there's like wards and stuff that Ruth can make, that like set off like ice traps and things like that if they cross them.
Okay. I can sacrifice a couple of knives to this.
So if we start industriously then just creating a little area full of traps and punji sticks and things for them to run into,
Yep.
we can then get their attention and hopefully guide them through that area.
Mm-hmm.
Junie's idea of a trap is just put a knife in the ground, blade up, and just shrug.
I mean, it works. It does work.
Wraith will kick a bunch of leaves around it and be like, there we go, covered up.
And Tristan's got us covered from above with arrows and stuff.
All right. So as you lie in wait, a couple of darkspawn stumble into your traps. One of them stumbles into the traps and emits an ear-piercing howl, and you notice 3 or 4 of the sort of scouts around all kind of like flick their attention immediately towards the way. Some of them start running back the way they came. Others start running towards it. What do you want to do?
I mean, is it time to start throwing fireballs? Perhaps.
I mean, we could jump. I would probably wait till they draw in a bit closer before, so we can leap up and surprise them a bit, and because we want to let the other ones go, so they can report back and natter the rest of them.
I'm gonna hop into a tree and ready my blades.
Ruth's gonna wait till he sees them like a little bit closer.
Okay. So there's about maybe, let's say, 8 various sized darkspawn rushing to the area. 2 more get taken out by your traps. So there's now 6 left. What do you want to do?
Ruth's gonna step out and launch a ice bolt.
All right.
The
Let's do some dice
closest
rolling.
one.
I haven't done any dice rolling for a while. Roll some
Whoa.
dice.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh, that's why.
Load the dice channel. This screen.
Well. Why does the dice not like me?
It's dot roll on this server, isn't it?
Yeah,
Am I
it's
remembering?
dot. It's
roll?
dot.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get a consistent dice roller. It's been a while. There we go. 17. Yes.
17.
You shunk an ice bolt into one of them. He freezes solid almost immediately, and all the rest of them sort of look over confused at this giant ice pole of a former darkspawn. Alright, well, we'll go around from there, so go to Tristan.
Bow and arrow.
Alright, do some rolls.
I did it right. Oh, I did terrible.
You didn't do a roll.
Oh.
You just did 4. 4 equals 4.
Roll.
It's dot R?
Roll.
Dot roll?
Yeah, I did dot roll.
Yeah.
That's 4. And then. Then do I hit
It'd
enter?
be.
Yeah.
You have to add the d20.
Oh, right. D. I still feel like I'm doing it wrong.
Maybe dot. Yeah.
It's
Dot-
dot roll
Yeah,
space
dot
d20
roll.
plus 4.
D20.
Yay!
Hey, 10.
There we go. Yes. You shunk an arrow. It glances past one of them, who is currently confused that his friend is now an ice ball. It doesn't hit him though. Wraith.
I will follow Ruth's lead, and instead of setting fire to everything, let's ice bolt another one of them.
Alrighty.
So,
Roll. 23. Yes, you shunk an ice bolt. It freezes 2 of them on the way past.
Nice.
So there are now 3 of them that are frozen, and 3 of them that are looking very confused at what's going on.
They're gonna get even more confused when one of them gets smashed to pieces.
yeah, who's going to Terminator 2 this and
Juniper.
into pieces?
It's Juniper now.
I'm gonna do a dagger, I think, at one of the remaining ones, because like the others are frozen. We can get to them.
Mhm.
It's +5 because it's my dex, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
12.
12. You throw a dagger. It misses your target, but it does shatter one of the frozen ones.
I'll take that.
Teamwork.
Alrighty. It's back round to Amy, since you are surprising.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go for another ice bolt, another one.
Okay.
The one that's not currently frozen.
25.
25, natural 20.
You shoot, the ice bolt explodes. It freezes all of them.
Nice.
So you now have a group of 5 frozen Ginlocks and Hurlocks.
Who wants to smash?
Gonna jump out the tree, grab a boulder, and go running over.
Alright, well, it's Tristan next.
Yeah. I'll shoot an arrow at one of them to
Sure.
shatter it.
Do us a roll.
Child, stop doing somersaults.
Another nat 20. Okay, so you shunk an
Nice.
arrow. It passes through 3 of them, shattering them all into pieces.
Nice.
So there are 2 remaining that are whole, and as Junie is sprinting towards the remaining 2, we turn to Ray.
Can I Thorned Roots the one that's closest to Juniper to give him an assist on this assault?
You can, yes. It's frozen, so it's not really going to go anywhere, but you can do that.
Oh, he's already frozen. Oh, my bad. So just so I'm clear, we got one of them that's still
Nope,
capable
they're,
of
they're all
moving?
frozen.
They're all frozen.
Yep.
Okay.
After Ruth's ice natural crit ice bolt, they all got frozen. Because they were
Wraith
all
is gonna
in
pause.
close enough. They were all close enough proximity.
Pause for a second and recognizing the moment and stop and shout and wave to everybody. Stop! 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 We've frozen all of them. We did want one of them alive. Hold on. And
Some of them ran away though.
Yeah, some ran away.
true, but ideally we want them to know where we're going so that we can
Oh,
move
okay.
them in that direction. Is my
Oh
thinking
yeah, that's
here.
true. Judy, don't kill them all! Leave one alive!
Well, it's now Junie.
Shall I roll to see how much you miss?
Oh god.
Well, you can roll your throwing your boulder.
Okay,
See how.
is that strength?
Yep.
Okay, that's 2. Dot roll d20 plus 2, yeah?
It's a non-moving target, so it's quite a low thing to get it. Yeah. You hurl it.
13.
You shatter one of them into tiny pieces.
I did it! I did it!
Right, come back, Judy! Judy, come back! Let's
Yep.
go!
There's one left
Judy
who is
looks at
frozen
you.
solid.
Looks at the boulder, looks back.
Stop! Stop! And Wraith will rush over What? Can I get close enough to the last frozen dog spawn to like look at it in the eye and see if there's any like movement or sense of like, can it see me right now even though it's encased in ice?
You look at it right close. It looks dead behind the eyes.
Can I knock on its head to try and elicit some sort of response potentially?
Yeah. You tap on its head. It blinks at you. It still looks dead behind the eyes, but it blinks at you.
This one's still got its wits about us. I'm gonna point at its face and then smile and then point over our shoulders in the direction we're about to move.
Yeah.
And go, I think it might be understanding, but if nothing else, it's gonna know which direction we ran in. Now I suggest we might get out of here post-haste.
Do we remember where the Tavine and Quinari were meeting up?
I
Can't
can't remember
remember.
where it was, but I will remember for next time.
Yeah, that's the direction that we're going to head in anyway.
Mhm.
Because we want to draw the darkspawn towards them.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, as you leave this poor crater frozen solid and start heading away out off into the next place, I assume then we will wind up there. Does anyone have anything else they wish to do before we stop?
Mm-hmm.
Means we're playing with her daggers the entire way. This one's sparkly.
Alrighty.
Just getting some healing potions made up, I think, that we can throw around
Okay.
if we need them.
Yeah, can't hurt.
Alrighty. Well, let us wind up there then. So yes, thank you all for watching along. Much appreciated. We will be we'll just wind up there. We're not going to raid out because we don't have that many folk watching. But yes, thank you for that. This series will only run a couple more episodes, as we've said, because because basically the story's pretty much almost done. We've only got a couple more episodes, so hopefully next week and then the week after will be either the last week or the second last week. So the series should wind up by the 22nd, the very latest. So for those who are watching, there's only a couple of weeks left, and then we're on to other crazy and archy stuff. But the story is hopefully going to wind up, and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Mr. Eden, are you doing any streams anytime soon?
I will probably do a bit of Clone Hero during the week, maybe even tomorrow, but we'll see where the whim takes me.
Alright, you can find Eden over at Monkey Magic Eden. Other thing to mention at this stage is you have affiliate links with dndice.co.uk and gemhammer.com. If you use Penance RPG, you will get money off. You'll get 10% off D&Dice and 20% off Gemhammer. So buy some dice, buy some stuff to augment your games. They're all really good shit. So yes, I think that is all we have to do today. Hopefully we'll be back next week with more Dark Tide. Apart from that, the rest of our other streams for next week are Monday. There's no stream Monday because me and Bellray are... I'm out swimming and Bellray's having a week off. Tuesday will be Indie Horror. We'll be starting late because I'm out catching up with a friend. Wednesday should be Minecraft, unless something falls through or we still can't fix Minecraft. Either which way, we'll work something out. Thursday will be more Indie Horror. That will be starting on time as usual. And next Friday will probably be some more late night horror. What we play, I do not know. I'm not in charge of arranging it. It's someone else has offered to take charge of it. I'm gladly taking that. And then next Sunday will be more Dark Tide. So yes, that'll do us for the week. Thank you all once again. We are going to wind up there. So until next time, you all take care. See you all later. Good night.
Bye bye.
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 Yeah.